Hey, Cori.
Hey, man.
How you doing?
I am blessed, girl. I'm doing great. And yourself?
I'm doing real good. Having a good
Good,
old day.
good. That's good to hear.
Yes. So, tell my audience about yourself.
Hello, Life Her Podcast audience and viewers. I am Corissa McBurnie. I'm your personal story coach. I'm the CEO of LadyBug Media Management. I'm one of the founders of Young Dream Chasers Girls Club, which is a girls organization here in Florida. That's where I'm at. And I also host a show called the Cori Luv Show, where I interview women and have them share their stories, similar to what Yvette does as well.
Nice. So, what encouraged you to start something so amazing like that? Because you being a huge influence to everyone right now.
So thank you so much. I actually started on my business page where I did social media management, social media designs, and I just was having conversations with people every day, random people. I'll bring them into my life, and we just started talking about things that's happening, and it just flowed. It just really flowed. It became funny, and at first it was like whatever to me. And then it got to a point where one person said to me, "Girl, you need to do a whole show." I'm like, I ain't got time for that. And then I ended up, somebody was like, I'll pay to be like a sponsor for you to get this stuff going on. I didn't know anything about that. And then I started researching and I'm like, this might be a little easy. I don't know. And then I followed Media Girls LA. She had an ebook. I purchased the ebook and I looked at the stuff, and it's funny because I had most of the materials because I was a photographer. And so I was like, oh, I could do this. And then I had one guest, and one guest led to guest and guest. And now I've interviewed over like maybe 60 or 70 people. And I'm really enjoying it. It's great to hear other people's stories and realize that we're pretty much very similar. We just don't share it as much.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's how I ended up doing this. And I really, really enjoy it.
That's good. That's how I be feeling too. It feels good to just really just communicate with people and get to know, just different things about them, and you could find something. You could at least find one thing out of that person that you can relate to, and you be like, "Wow, like, I've been through that too."
Yes. Oh, I didn't know that about you. Yeah, for sure.
Definitely. So tell me about YDC Girls Club.
So Young Dream Chasers Girls Club is an organization that my daughter and I founded in 2015. And I was a school teacher and I would always work with girls. And I used to have it at my school, but it wasn't YDC at the time. I don't even think we had a name. I don't remember. This was like in 2005, 2006. And she was very young at that time. And she remembered what I did with the girls. We would do every different things during lunchtime. And she was like, I was working at an inner city school, and she's like, Mom, you should do that with the girls' hair. And I was like, I don't want to do nothing at the school. So we went to a girls' conference hosted by Geralda Larkins in 2015, and she saw the different organizations. And we can do this. And I was like, oh my gosh, I don't want to take on another theme. And we spoke with Geralda, and she encouraged us, and we just ran with it since then. And every month I do an activity with the girls, and if different things come up in between, we do it then as well. And it's just different things to help the girls. So our new motto is Learn, LEARN, where we have the girls link with other girls. We teach them entrepreneur skills. They have activities. We do a reading book club, and we also have them do neighborly things, which is like working in the community.
Wow. With you being in that field, I have a youth program too for young girls.
Yeah, I didn't even know that. Look at that.
Yeah. So with you being in that field, what do you feel what is lacking now in today's generation with the young girls?
I might rub a little
It's okay.
people the wrong way, but I feel like a lot of the parents are young themselves, and they may not have been groomed enough. I'm a lot older than some of my parents. For example, some of my parents are literally only 10 to 12 years older, like about 15 years older than their children. So a lot of things that they lack, they don't really see the need for it. So for me, that's my biggest issue, just dealing with the children. Like a girl will want to be a part of something, but the mom is like, well, I don't have time to drop her. I don't have time to pick her up. I can't do this. So I've attempted to have things for the parents so that they can see the value of what we're doing
Yes.
for their daughter. That's where the issue comes in for me, basically the parents.
Yeah, that I can agree with that too. And
Mm-hmm.
the generation today, you got so many moms, they just working and doing so much for themselves
Yeah.
and trying to maintain a family because it's a lot more men that's not in the household
Mm-hmm.
either. So
Mm-hmm.
I look at that too. And I also look at the fact that a lot of people depend on social media more than actually being a parent. You
Yeah.
know,
Yeah.
we got a lot of kids being raised off social media and seeing how these celebrities are acting and they think they
Mm-hmm.
act that way. It's like negativity sells more. So it's
Oh
really
yeah.
whatever they see that other people is doing in that nature that creates them to actually think it's cool. It's
Okay to do.
yeah, it's
Yeah.
cool to have guns. It's cool to be
Mm-hmm.
half naked. You don't have to give a man no imagination no more.
No. Isn't
Yeah,
that something? And that's something my grandmother always said. You have to leave something for the imagination. And now it's like
yeah,
it's okay. I always tell people I'm not knocking what everybody do. That's what they do. That's how they want to carry themselves. But then you can't. There's nothing for you to think about after you've already seen it all. You know what I mean?
yeah, yeah. It's
So
true.
it goes back to that imagination. What? Why would I want to? You already showed me
Yeah.
half your butt.
I think it's one of the main things is lack of communication. A lot of people, sometimes like if your child is older, you're texting them how you feel. You know
Mm-hmm.
what I'm saying? Or the child is texting you how they feel. I think it's great for families to come together and sit down and have conversations on like the child express themselves how they feel and let the parent express how they feel, just everybody just being, having a great
Mm-hmm.
communication instead of someone getting mad, but let me express myself. And expressing each other is not good. So I think it'll be
Yeah.
great for you to bring the parents together, bring the parent and the child together
Yeah.
so that they can do that.
And it's so funny that you say that because my daughter just turned 21, and I will never forget when she was 15. I was fussing at her, and she got really mad, and she turned to me and she said, "Mom, you never listen." And I'm like, "You being rude?" Like I got upset, like you don't talk to me like that. And then I literally went in the room and I was like, "This little girl just told me I don't ever listen." And then I had to think about it. I felt that way about my mom. Like she never heard, to anything. And I was like, okay, I don't want to do that. Let me listen. Then we started having family meetings once a month. I tried once a week. That wasn't working. I ain't even gonna lie. But so we try to
Okay.
have family meetings once a month, and we say, and they're allowed to say whatever they have to say, whether they like what I did or don't. And my children, Lord, they be real straight with me. It's like, okay, but I told them I want.
I was going to say you probably taught them to be that way, though.
So, but that is a big thing. Now we used to try to do family dinners. That's really hard because how my husband works. But I think like when I look at old shows, that was like a big thing, and we don't do that a lot anymore. So I
Yeah.
totally agree with just having them talk. No texting, no phone. We can't have phone when we have the meetings. If you're whoever picks up their phone first, they gotta pay for dinner. Like
Oh,
when they cook, you gotta buy it out. So
right.
yeah, that is a big deal. That is
So,
a big deal.
so speaking of your upbringing and your mother and how things were different, tell me a little bit about the younger you. How were you raised, and how was life for you?
Girl, I was on lockdown. My mama let me go nowhere.
I know that's right.
I'm not even gonna sugarcoat it, and I wish you could see this live. And my little sister,
she probably like, that's right.
you was raised totally different. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, my mom, if it wasn't her, my grandmother, or my aunt, I literally couldn't go nowhere. And I always said, no, I'm going to let my kids do whatever they want to an extent, because I wanted them to have that open communication. It's like, with growing up, it's like you can't really say what you had to say because it was being rude.
Right.
You know what I mean? And so it's like, I love my mom, don't get me wrong if you're seeing this. But when I look at how it is now, I felt like I should have had more of an opportunity to say certain things that was bothering me, or my opinion. We weren't allowed to give our opinions.
Yeah.
It's like, you got what you needed to get. You getting what you need. I ain't giving you what you want. And that was it. You know what I'm saying?
Popped.
So, and I was raised with my mom. My dad lived, I grew up in the Virgin Islands. I'm from St. Croix originally. And so, I grew up in the island. My dad was on the island as well. He traveled a lot. He was in the military. So I started off with him with that, and then they divorced. And then it was just basically my mom. And she was tough. She was tough. But, a lot of times I look back and I thank her for some of the things that she taught me, because now I know why she was the way she was.
Yeah.
I couldn't see it then because I wanted to hang out. My friends going out, they got curfew, and I gotta go with you. But as I grow up, I understand and I appreciate that. But
girl, I feel you, because my mom wouldn't let me do nothing either.
Yeah.
Like, no, you can't do this. You can't talk to boys. You can't go on dates. I couldn't do nothing.
I know.
And I
went to college. I tell people I graduated June. I was on the campus in August, honey. I was
Me too. I was too.
I was ready to go. Ready to go.
I was like, forget this. I'm out of here. But
that is so funny.
I couldn't even go out of town to
campus.
I had to stay close by.
You say, well, I chose to stay close by because I got a scholarship at the college in my city. But I really wanted to go away, but I didn't get. Yeah. That is so funny. Oh wow.
Yes.
The same thing.
So it's another thing that's the same. As you know, my mom passed away. Yeah. My mom also had congestive heart failure as well.
Really?
So, yep, that's how she passed from that.
See, I didn't know. I didn't want to ask, but I didn't know.
Yeah. So I want to know, how are you taking care of yourself? Because I see that you had 3 congestive heart failures.
Mm-hmm.
So what are you doing to take care of yourself so it won't become a 4?
So now I'm not going to lie to you. When it first happened, I was teaching. The first time it happened was 2009. And I tell people the story all the time. I thought it was gas, not realizing I was having a heart attack for 3 days. This is what the nurse told me when I went into the ER. She said, she asked me, she said, who brought you here? I said, I drove myself. And she said, do you realize you're having a mild heart attack? And I'm like, no. She's like, what made you come in? I said, I've been having chest pains for 3 days. I literally thought it was gas. I was drinking coffee, Coke, tea, Sprite, whatever, and it wasn't going. She said, that's been happening for 3 days. And had you came in earlier, it wouldn't have been as bad. So I put a strain on my heart, and that's why it failed that day. So they did an angiogram, and they looked at everything, and I'm looking at it too because they numb me from the waist down, and I'm seeing everything on the screen. Nothing was blocked. My arteries was clear, everything like that. So they just told me that I need to take it easy. I need to make sure that I eat healthy, so forth and so on. Of course, I didn't because I was hard-headed. And I was fine. I actually was going out of the country at the time. We moved out of the country, and I lost a lot of weight. I lost like 20 pounds. I was healthy. I felt great. And I was okay until 2017. I got pneumonia. And the pneumonia, I guess it ruptured, whatever it ruptured, and it came back again. And I was supposed to put in a pacemaker then. And I said to them, I don't want to do that. I was young. I'm like, I'm not putting that in. That's for old people.
Right.
So the doctor, it was an Indian doctor. He argued with me up and down, and I'm like, I'm not doing it. He's like, well, you're probably gonna die faster than you're supposed to. And I was like, I'm not gonna die. I really was pretty much. I don't want to. I don't know if that was being vain or just ignorant, really, to be honest. And so it happened again, 2020. They didn't give me an option. They was like, you're too young. This is happening again. We're taking you right into surgery. Wow. And I cried. And then what really opened my eyes was when this happened this time. I was home in the bed, and my two youngest girls were home with me watching me. And I remember that night just praying, like, God, whatever you do, if you're gonna take me, don't take me here in the house with them. And then that's what made me open up my eyes, like, I gotta do better, I gotta get it together. But in my head, I don't feel like I was doing anything to make it bad. And I realized a lot of time it's me taking on too much, not eating right. And it's not that I eat bad, I just don't. Yeah, I do eat bad. I do eat bad. Yeah. So that's one of the big things. But I literally try to just live life and not stress about it. The second time it happened, I was depressed for a long time. Very, very depressed. And every time I would go to the doctor, and as you know, we look at our EF. My EF was originally 14. It moved up to 20. Then it went to 33. Then it dropped, and it's 20% now. So a normal person heart beats at 50 to 70. And mine is not even where it should be, which is they try to get it to 40. And so I feel like I try to do everything the right way, and it's not increasing. So I'm like, well, I don't know what else to do. But so I just try to live every day and be happy. I don't stress anymore. I don't worry about stuff. I just live and do me. And I feel like I'm in a better space mentally than I was before. So prayerfully, when I go back this time, it has increased.
Okay. Let me ask you this. Have they checked your arteries in your heart?
Yes. And it's not clogged. That's why they don't understand why it's happening.
Wow. Because my mom had clogged arteries. She had got a stent the one time, and then it had accumulated fluid. Yeah. So when it accumulated the fluid in her lungs, it's like her heart was just suffering to beat. So it was another artery that she had to get a stent in that one too. So then it was another artery behind the artery that's really not too visible. And they had my mom had 3 stents in her heart, but even though, all of them was good and they were open, she still had other ones that could have closed as well. But if she would have took her blood thinner medicine the way she was supposed to, and that's where everything started to come in, because my mom is very holistic. So that's why I'm asking you that, and make sure they check that, because sometimes it be places hidden in your heart.
I'm gonna definitely ask.
Yeah, just make sure of that, because it takes a lot, and you really got to take care of yourself.
Yeah, and it's funny that you said she was holistic, because that's why at the second time I'm not gonna lie, I really was terrible with my medicine, because I was like, I had like 7 different tablets, and I'm like, oh my gosh, I felt like I'm too young to be taking all these meds. Like, I had the little things you Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and I'm like, this is crazy. That's what made me sad, because I would have to get up and I'll take them. Yeah. Then some days I'll miss them. So, and I would try all the natural stuff, like, the black seed or the moringa and all this stuff. And everybody can say, if you don't take anything else, make sure you take your heart medicine and the water.
Yeah, you still have to do that, and you can still do your holistic things. You know what I'm saying, to make yourself feel better and stuff, because your health is very important.
Yeah, I'm learning. I think I've gotten a lot better, which is sad to say. I had to take it to the 3rd time for me to get better, but I'm gonna definitely ask them to check the other, because I think they look on the surface. I truly do.
They need to look like underneath it and everything, and also make sure your lungs don't have fluid also, because a lot of people don't know, like, your heart suffers, you know? So
Mm-hmm.
and it created me to want to transition my health too and do
Yeah.
different things, because not only my mom had that, my dad has heart problems too.
Oh,
So I have
yeah.
to really watch myself and make sure I'm doing the right things. And that's why I
Right.
just, girl, I live life to the fullest.
Yes.
No mistakes. Like, I just try to just live it, because we don't cherish life the way
We
we
don't.
are supposed to. And like
We
with my
don't.
mom having heart problems and my dad, I know maybe it could come about with me too, but I'm just
Right.
trying to avoid those
By
things.
doing the right thing now.
Yes, and
Yeah.
that's why you better do what you're supposed to do.
Yes, I'm doing better now. I'm not gonna lie, I really am. Like my daughters have gotten checked as well too, because I was really afraid of them. So I'm like really on them about what they eat, how they work out and exercise and things like that. Because like you said, guess what? My dad ended up having heart failure after I did. Then we found out my mom and my dad had heart issues. They
See?
never told us that. You know what I'm saying? So, but my dad, he didn't know he had heart issues. He doesn't know how his happened either. But we don't know our history. That's something else that we don't talk about with our children. We got to let them know, high blood pressure, diabetes, everything that we typically have. So
Yep.
I'm doing better. I am. I like you said, I just try to live every day, and I don't. Before I would take on everything and everybody. Now it's like, oh, I'll pray for you, and I mean it when I say it. But I just know that physically I cannot stress about it because it
No.
it literally physically affects me.
Yes, it
You
will.
know?
It
Yeah.
will affect you a lot. And a lot of people don't understand, like, you it's not that you're being mean or anything. It's just to a point where you get old enough where you come first. Your health come first. Your
Thank
mom
you.
come first. It's just you just
Thank you.
don't have time for that, because it'll create a strand
Thank you.
in you and everything. Cause I got high blood pressure and I'm a diabetic. So
Mm,
up there. My blood pressure will go to like 185 or something, but I
hi.
have to stay at a steady pace and not, entertain a lot of things and just do things that make me happy, because we have to do that, because
Yep.
it's not that person, it's just my health. I love me more than even being bothered with you.
You better tell them. I hate when people say, "Oh, you acting brand new." I am, because he gave me another life. Thank you.
Yes.
I
Like,
really am. Like I can't anymore. I'm not like you said. I'm not. I'm acting different because I can't. Like if it's not, and I tell everybody I love you, and if I could do it, I'll do it. If I can't, I'm gonna tell you I can't. But I have to put me first. Even with my household, my children and my husband. Like I literally put me first.
yes.
And I tell them if I'm not right, y'all not gonna be right. So I'm not gonna worry. Like that's it.
Yes.
So and my mental was affected, and that's what a lot of people don't realize. It's not only you physically, it affects you mentally and physically, because my heart is messed up. That means I can't do what I used to do as far as working out, exercising. I can't drink, I can't hang out. You know what I mean? And so my mental is messed up. Certain things that I'm used to doing, I can't do.
Mm-hmm.
So it all of that ties in, even working, which comes with financial.
Yeah.
So everything ties in, and that's why I do what I do and why I'm changing my whole thing as far as being a social media manager. I'm a story coach, and I'm working creating a program so that people can realize that you have to put you first. One, I don't just want it to be the typical where I'm helping you empower you for this and this. No, I'm helping you empower you mentally, physically, emotionally, and spiritually. Because I always tell people, I may not be holier than now, but I know for one thing, two things for sure that my homegirl says. God is who has been keeping me. I have a purpose. That's why I need to make sure that I do what I'm supposed to do to help who I can help. If it's one person I help, I'm okay with it. If one person signs up for my program, I'm okay with it. I'm gonna make a change in that one person's life. And so we have to make
Yes.
sure that's the first thing.
Yes. It has to be a first thing, because it's just feeling negativity. It's just so overwhelming. You know,
Mm,
Like it'll make you so emotional, and things will just take you to a whole nother level when it's like
Yeah.
you don't want to. So it's
Yeah.
like you rather avoid it than actually deal with it, you
Yeah.
know?
I
Because
do.
yeah, because it's like it'll be a huge strain on your heart, and you don't want that.
And literally a strain.
Yes, it will. Like seriously, you have another problem being in the hospital, but I really want you to look into that
Yeah,
so that
I'm gonna
you
talk to
know.
my nurse is really really good with listening and things. Like when they try to give me a lot of other medication, I research them first because a lot of the side effects are terrible. So I research them a lot, and she listens to me. She'll relay it to the doctor, and we'll all talk about it. But I'm gonna talk to them about that. I go back again next month,
Okay.
end of next month, and I'm gonna see if they can do like a thorough um check.
Okay.
Because I never, everybody asked me that, do you have a stent? I was like, no, because my arteries are clear.
Yeah.
And that's why I feel a lot of times like, what is it really, you know?
Yeah, because you know when you just out of breath, you know what I'm saying? You need to like have them look further into that because of
Mm-hmm.
you feeling that way out of breath. Because I know my mom used to be out of breath going from her room to the kitchen sometime, you know.
Girl.
But it's like it's something, but you just gotta force it on them to have them
Mhm.
figure out what it is, so you are doing the proper things to
Yeah.
to keep you here on earth.
Yeah. And it's funny because I can't even sweep. I can sweep, but I'm not able to mop. So it's like after me sweeping one room, I'd be
Mhm.
like, come on to my other daughter and like, okay, y'all gotta do this. And it's frustrating. That's again where the mental ties in because you're used to doing your things in your home and now you can't do it.
Right,
So
right.
I appreciate that. I appreciate you letting me know that, and I'm gonna definitely do that.
Yes, for sure. So tell me about your experience of being a teacher for so many years.
Girl. So I love teaching. Honestly, I just knew that's what I was gonna retire doing. I just knew it. Like I love teaching. I've always wanted to be a teacher since I was 5 years old. That's what my mom told me. I can't remember, and that's what she told me. And I know that when I was in the sixth grade, I had one mean teacher, and I was like, I'm never gonna be like her when I become a teacher. I'll never forget Miss Nail. She taught math. She traumatized me about math, and even as a teacher, I hated math, but I did it for the kids' sake. You know what I mean? So I
Yeah,
would always try to teach ELA. Well, they call it ELA now. It was language arts when I first started, and they put me in math and science, and I'm like, these kids gonna fail. I'm telling y'all now because I don't like math. I don't do math, and so I did really well with them and I enjoyed it. And I always end up, no matter what city I've been to, I've taught in Hillsborough County, Orange County, Dade County, and Duval County, and I always end up at an inner city school. So it's usually pretty tough. And so I always developed a relationship with my children. I still have a relationship with a lot of them now. And that's another reason why my doctor told me that I might need to leave the classroom because I'm a teacher to heart, literally, and all of that may have affected me because, like I tell people, sometimes as a teacher, you're a therapist, you're a mother, your auntie, your cousin, you take on so much. And as
yes,
a human being looking at a girl in your class or a boy that's going through stuff, you want to bring them clothes. You want to make sure they eat. You want to check on them, and I did things that I probably shouldn't have. Like I give them my number, call me if you need something, if you need help, whatever. And that played a big I think that played a big part on my heart issues as well too, because I love my students. I still do. I really did. And as I'm kind of, I don't want to say I'm kind of glad that I had to come out because things changed so much. I really didn't have to love for it as much as I did in the earlys because it changed drastically. So I still tutor and I still substitute from time to time, and I'm always willing to help. But to say that I will go back full time, I doubt it.
so
I
how
doubt
did
it.
you feel when you transitioned from going from the classroom to being an entrepreneur, because you know a lot of people think you just come out and be an entrepreneur, you about to just be cashing out, making all this money and everything. But you know you got to work hard to actually get to where you got to go. So what was your biggest struggle when you was like, I'm about to leave, I'm not about to be doing what I used to do, I'm about to just be my own boss?
You about to make me have flashbacks right now. Listen. I pray. I've always been a church going girl. I love the Lord, and I prayed. I said, God, let me tell you something. I'm gonna tell you this one time, because this is how I talk to the Lord. Okay. I'm gonna tell you this one time. You told the doctor I gotta leave the classroom. I ain't did nothing my whole life but teach. What am I gonna do? And when I tell you, y'all listen, if you want to be an entrepreneur, you know it's cute and dandy. Oh, leave your 9 to 5. You can make 10K a month. It's possible. But I'm gonna tell you this. That, huh?
It take a while.
Hello. Set yourself up. Don't let these people set y'all up. Okay. Set yourself up. And people say make sure you have 3 months of salary. No, have a year. Definitely have a year. Don't let your certificates expire. I'm just saying.
No, but
I'm telling you, like, it's not as easy as you think it is. So much.
Dude, but you're not lying though. People, you know, they be like, oh, you about to make 10, 20K a month, everything, you know, hyping everybody up. They like, yeah, I'm about to get this money and all that. Child, please.
Yvette, you know how many workshops and seminars and what they call it, Zoom calls. Oh, yes, I can help you get tech. And you going, mind you don't pay $57 to get on this call. And you listening to them. And you ask, because I'm the funny one. I'm going to be like, so how long did it take me for you to make your 10K? Oh, well, I've been doing this for 6 years now. My question was, have you made your 10K? Don't tell me I can make it and you ain't made it yet. Don't play with
me. Right.
But listen, guys, it's not easy. It's beautiful being an entrepreneur. I loved it in the beginning because I was able to drop my daughters off, pick them up. I can go to the school, have lunch with them, surprise them, take lunch to my husband some days. And, you know, you're able to do things that you couldn't do working all day. But It's scary because if you're used to getting a check every 2 weeks and, you know, I got this portion of bills to take care of. I got this to do, or I could do this or go here if I want to. As an entrepreneur, you gotta grind literally every day. If I was not on social media pushing, you can't slack.
No, you can't.
It's not as easy as people think it is. It looks good and dandy, but I always tell people they don't show the back end. Like I can show y'all my desk. It's a hot mess. Y'all can see portion of it right there. It's a mess, and just me taking workshops and trying to learn this, because things change literally every week.
It do. You can't have like one avenue of income. Like you have to have more. You gotta keep going because it's like that money ain't just gonna come like that. But them bills come faster than you. You be like, wait a minute, where this bill come from? Yeah.
And I just paid them 2 weeks ago.
Yeah, you be like,
I pay a bill come every month.
Yes, you be like, man, I could have sworn I just paid their ass.
I promise you, that's what I say all the time because I get notification. Because I'm so, like, I have a fear, and it's funny. It's probably going to be funny to your audience, but I have a fear of being homeless. I don't know why, because I feed the homeless a lot. I used to. Don't make me seem like I do it last week or last month. I used to feed the homeless a lot with this two other organizations. And I go out and I will have conversations with the people because they're human too, that, you know, things just happen. And having one conversation with this guy, he told me he was an accountant, doing good. He was making money. And he said life happened and it just went, he never been right since. And I promise this was in 2016. I will never forget. Ever since then, I've had a fear and I have to work. That's why I tutor. Listen, I tutor. I do administrative work. I do social media management. I'll pick up and drop off if I need to. Listen, I got all type of incomes coming in because it's not just this one thing. Y'all don't. I'm telling you.
I know.
Not easy. You make your own schedule, but your schedule never ends. Okay.
I know, man.
It really
It
doesn't.
don't end at all. Like,
And then too, go ahead.
yes. Now, as far as you said, you are transformation coach.
Mm-hmm.
You love doing that?
Yeah, because I've had people, and when I say transformation coach, it's like, okay, so what I do is I help people to transform their online presence. So I help you with your website design and your social media design. So
Okay.
why I say it's really personal story coach, transformation coach, because I help you use your story to transform your page depending on what you want to focus on.
Okay. So tell the audience, people that's in business, tell them how important it is to have great content.
Listen, okay, I'm gonna. Why you doing it, T-Bag? You gonna make these people unfollow me? Stop playing with me. So the funny thing is, right? I'm gonna tell y'all a little story. I'm a storyteller. That's why I'm a personal story.
Yes.
So when people first start sharing on social, they think it's cute to share everything. Oh, my daughter just made the honor roll. Oh my God, I'm going to the mall. I'm getting a Fendi bag or whatever the case may be. It's cute, but you gotta separate personal and business. Number one,
Yes.
separate your personal page if you're serious. If you're serious, separate it. Now, I'm not saying you can't tie them in together. You can, but it's how you present it. Because if I come to Yvette and I notice she's a show host and she interviews people, I don't want her to come on my page and see me twerking. That might not be the audience that she wants. And ain't nothing wrong with doing that because I can twerk and I'll do it. But you're not going to find that on my business page and I ain't going to post it at all. You know what I'm saying? So you just have to know how to separate it depending on what your niche is. If you're a realtor, I don't want to see you on, I don't want to knock somebody's stuff over, but yeah, certain things I don't want to see depending on your niche. Now, if you're a dancer or a choreographer, yeah, that's fine. That's cute. And make it tight in. And that's why when I try to help people transform their page, you can't be a hairstylist and you over here posting about workout stuff. You know, you can't be selling TLC products, and I sell TLC products, so don't judge me. Because it doesn't, for me, it doesn't tie in. So you're going to be telling me about 12-inch bundles, but you're going to also tell me that you can take NutriBurst. That might work. Don't get me wrong, but make sure everything ties in. Because I separated a lot of my pages. Like when I did my TLC stuff, it was a separate page to my social media stuff. Because nobody will want to buy, if you don't want to buy NutriBurst, and I'm posting about NutriBurst, but I tell you that I build websites, how does that tie in?
Yeah.
So,
and you know the color code, the color scheme. You know, you gotta stay on point with that. You gotta know the post as far as your insights and everything. You know, people think you just post just to post, but you have to have an algorithm of when you're supposed to post.
And consistency. And don't worry about the likes. Trust me. Don't worry about I personally tell people don't trust the like. The reason why, if you look at your insights, and that's stuff that you gotta learn. If you look at your insights, there's something called the reach. The reach are the people that see your post. So they seeing it, they just not liking it, they're not commenting. And stop looking at the numbers. Have these people buy their followers.
Yeah.
I said it. I did. Half of them buy their followers. I could show y'all now my DM where somebody asked me, do you want to get 1K followers for $15? And I ain't gonna lie to y'all, I tried it before when I first started because I was like, oh, nobody gonna like my page. I only have 300 followers. Then I got they give you a little free. They give you about 50 free. And they don't nothing but Indian people. And they ain't got nothing going on their page. I'm like, all these, I like Bollywood, but I don't want these people following my page because they're not real.
Mm-hmm.
They weren't real, and that messes up your algorithm. That's another thing people don't. But girl, I could tell you all about that all day long because I literally really like listening and reading and finding out about social media because, like I said, it changes every single week from time to time. And that's why I kind of stopped because it was a lot. Because literally, you think you popping, you got something going now. Okay, I got the algorithm. And 2 days later, It
changes. But you know, lately the algorithm been real messed up anyways.
Oh yeah.
You know, some people not seeing your post at all, or your post is just like there, you know.
And I'm glad you said that, because people think I don't want to engage with them. It's not coming through my feed, so I don't see it.
Yeah, you don't see it at all. Yeah. It's like, if you know, they'll probably miss a whole post and you won't get likes or nothing.
Yeah.
It's just they're doing something to Instagram and
to throw it off.
Yeah, they're doing something with it right now. I already been seeing. I've seen today the changes in Facebook. They got like a new update on Facebook now, and they're working on different updates on.
Oh, really?
Yeah, they're doing that. So that's going to like mess up other things too. But people got to understand content is important. Like, you got to stay on point. You have to entertain and know what your audience like. What do they like, and what do they like the most? You know, you know, a lot of people don't know to watch their insights, the age group.
They don't.
What state is following you the most and engaging the most? Start doing something that's in that state of you know, just different things.
And attach them to it. Yes. It's a lot. So, and when I tell people that, because my prices are super duper low, number one, I'm in a lot of groups with people of other ethnicities. And when I first started, I would charge $150 to manage your social media. I didn't know any better, right?
$150?
And I got in this group because I've always, you're looking like, oh,
where was you at?
And guess when I found that out, Yvette, I was in a group, people of other ethnicities. And so I posted, you know, they asking questions, I'm asking questions, I want to learn. And so somebody said, so how much do you charge? Because the question I asked led to that. How much do you charge? She's like, I don't get clients. And they're always back and forth with me with my prices. So they said to me, what do you charge for management and what do you offer with it? So I said, I charge $150. They get their post, they get their caption, I do hashtag. Just like, you're robbing yourself. That's a consultation call with me. Oh, so I felt like, I was like, what do you mean a consultation call? They charge $150 for you to talk to them. And I'm charging that to do all that work and post. And post it.
Yeah.
And I said, oh, I gotta take it up a notch. I went to 3 something. People still want to go back and forth with me. Guess what? I went higher, and I'm not taking nothing down. Even on my website design, like my lowest package is $419, and people want to go back and forth with me. When I see some people lowest package is $750, and don't include what I include.
But your content is beautiful, though.
Thank you.
It's nice on your show and on your personal, but you can see it matches too at the same time. But it's great. It really good. And
just
your
being consistent.
So with me telling y'all that all her stuff is on point, she can get y'all together.
Yes, they don't even understand.
My anxiety is just so, like, when I be seeing people's pages and stuff, I'll be like, oh, why did you know, somebody have a flyer, right? You have a flyer. It's supposed to be an Instagram flyer for Instagram, you know, and some people will post a Facebook flyer on Instagram, but don't know to press that little arrows in the bottom corner to make it fit instead of like
you know what? I literally no lie, Yvette. I thought it was only me.
No.
You know how many people inboxes I be wanting to go in there? Hey, I can give you a deal for if you allow me to because they don't. That's another thing I'm talking about. They just post a post.
Yes, they don't know, but people got to understand they have to spend money to get good quality. So if you want good quality with your brand and you want the things that you see that's so amazing that other people do, you have to spend the money with that person that'll give you that good quality. And you got to make sure that they going to bring it right, you know, because some people that do it, they be on some trash and they don't be what they really say they are.
I'm about to close this laptop. You know how many websites I've done for people that came to me that paid somebody $3,000?
Yeah. I'm serious.
And I said, well, send me the link. And I look at it. And I was like, who is it? And reputable people. Reputable people. Okay. I don't call names. I don't want to do that.
No, we don't.
But I'm like, are you serious? And I'm blown away because I literally love what I do. So when I do your stuff, I'm doing it as it's my own. Why? Because I need that social proof when I'm done. I need you to make me a video. I need you to give me a review. I want people to know that she is capable of what she's doing.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? So I thought I was the only, I go through it. I'm like,
that anxiety, even like with pictures and stuff, you know.
Yeah.
Like you gotta have some pictures that's on point. If you got an iPhone, you better adjust that thing. All my pictures is from my iPhone. All my videos made on my iPhone. Like it's there.
You paid $1,000 for a phone. You better use it.
Yes, seriously.
I tell people, and I'm gonna give your audience a freebie right now. If you have an iPhone, put it on portrait. Make sure that yellow bar captures the face. Save that photo. Go to Lensa, Lensa, and use it. Brighten up your picture. Change the background. Do what you got to do on it. There's Moho. Moho, you can do all these videos. Moho is maybe $30 for the year or something like that. You know what I'm saying? Canva. Everybody uses Canva. They don't all know how to use it correctly. But Canva has so many different.
Especially when you on your laptop. Canva shows you what. Yes, Canva will show you so many more templates than you actually seeing on your phone.
Yeah. I prefer it on my laptop for sure because you could take out background. It's just so much. But like Yvette said, guys, hey, if you want greatness, if you want to get a client to pay for your work to look really, really good. It's not. I mean, I'm selling myself now, honestly, because it really bothers me, like Yvette says, to see that the person has great stuff, but it's just how it's presented. It's like, I don't want to go with her. I don't want to go with him. Yep. You know what I mean? But I promise you, I thought I was the only one. I look at everything. I just go through comments because people say they look and they see. And everybody asks me that, like, how do you engage? How do you get so much engagement? I engage with people.
Yeah, you have to though. You really have to because it's your brand. You got to represent yourself. You know what I'm saying? You got to, and like some people just really don't understand that.
They don't. A lot of my audience is foreigners too. I have a lot of Canadian and UK people. Why? I don't know. I ain't never been in either place.
Wow.
Never. But when I tell you a lot of them want to be on my show too, and it's like I don't mind. It's just my audience is at 8, so it'll be like I think 1:00 their time or something like that. And a lot of them are willing. I really don't know why. I have a lot of UK, a lot of Atlanta, and I live in Florida. A lot of my audiences. I don't have a lot of my on my insights is Atlanta, Houston, New York, and then Miami. And I live in Miami.
Wow. Well, for the record, I want y'all to know to look up a girl, y'all.
That's an old one, girl. You don't
look, hey, this is the one you had. So look, this is what we gonna do.
That's an old one. Oh my gosh. Look at me.
So let everyone know your social media handle and everything.
So my new social I'm laughing because this picture was on the phone too. Little do they know.
Hey.
But my handle, you guys can meet me at Corissa McBurnie. So it's without the Lewis, just Corissa McBurnie. And I'm working on my website, CorissaMcBurnie.com. But for now, you can follow me on LadyBugMediaManagement.com. And once it transitions, I'll share it out. Make sure you follow me at Corissa McBurnie. And my show page is at Cori Luv Reporting _ at the end. And you can find me on Instagram on Thursdays, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And I do this thing called what Cori Wants to Know on Tuesdays. So every Tuesday I post a question, and that's why I get a lot of interaction because they just be crazy stuff. And on Wednesdays, I do What's Trending. And I'm looking for people to join me on Wednesdays when I do What's Trending, where we just carefree conversation like this, talking about whatever is happening freely. So make sure y'all check me out. I can't wait to finish my website because I've transformed a lot. I've transformed myself a lot. So now when you see me, it'll be a whole different ballgame.
I know that's right.
I like this though, Yvette. I like this.
Thank you. So you can't talk about me.
I do. No. Oh no, your content is on point. I told you when I seen it, I was like, I can't interview her. Like she interviews like superstars. And you asked to send a picture. I was like, thank God I had some professional shots, baby. No, your assistant said high resolution. I'm like, I don't know. Is these pictures high resolution?
Yeah. Girl,
yeah.
You know, sometimes sometimes people will sing you, take a picture with their phone.
In the car with the seatbelt?
No, that too. But sometimes they take a picture on the picture and send me it, and it won't look right, you know. So
right.
we gotta have a picture that's on point. Or if I could doctor it up a little bit,
you'll do it. Yeah. Yeah. I need to get you on my show so that my audience can hear about you as well too. Because we gotta make sure we stay in touch and do some things together. I don't mind traveling. I get on a plane in a heartbeat now. That ain't no problem.
Right. Hey, you know,
I'm living life.
See, the last time I was in Miami, I came to the Super Bowl. So that was the last time I was there, and I went to Money Bowls in them Super Bowl party at their house. Yeah. So that was the last time I was there.
I just told you I should be around on the big dogs.
No, shut up.
Yeah. But she does give us an opportunity too. So make sure y'all get and connect with my girl. Even you know my girl. Like
See? Well, thank you so much. I enjoyed you. It was fun. We had we have to do this again.
Absolutely, definitely.
Yes, for sure. Well, thank y'all for tuning in. Make sure y'all catch up and follow her and everything. And we about to get it popping around here.
Yes, we are. For real though. Like we playing. Okay. Thank you again, guys. Follow me on Corissa McBurnie or Cori Luv Reporting _ on Instagram. I'm on Facebook, but I suck at it. I'm not gonna lie. So Instagram will be the best bet. Thank you again, Yvette. We'll talk.
Bye.